Ladies and gentlemen, we have a Q&A with the professor of stand-up comedy technique, Greg Dean.
Hey,
We have a guy, really great Zoom user. Where you at? So, Greg, you work with Anthony Jeselnik. That's clear. That's great. But how did you help him? How did you help him improve? What was it like for you to work with Anthony and then to find out that he's out there doing it and he's a celebrity now?
well,
What's that like?
you have to remember that when I first worked with Anthony, he was you.
He was,
He was all of you.
yeah.
He was just some badly employed guy, who worked at a Barnes and Noble and looked and started reading my book and was interested in stand up. And he was you. Understand? He's now Anthony Jeselnik because you see when he first started, he was just a guy interested in doing some stand up. And he read my book. He liked it. He took the class. Okay. And I taught him storytelling too, which I've talked with him about that. He said, no, once I found one-liners, I decided not to do storytelling anymore because his showcase with me was a story that he did. Okay. Et cetera. And as time went on, now he's getting a little bit more back into kind of storytelling. I talked to him about that as well at the Mitzi Shore from the Comedy Store, her memorial. I went there for that, and we chatted for a while. And a very nice guy. I like him a lot. He's very personable when you meet him in person and stuff. And so, what did I do for him? I taught him joke structure. Just look at his jokes. I have a hard time thinking of much I can take out of his jokes or how I change his jokes because they're so tight. But he works hard on them. Don't think that this is something where, he wakes up in the morning and there's a joke and he works on them and works on them and he performs them and rewrites them and works on them and rewrites them and rewrites them and so on over and over and over and over. And every joke is crafted, is constructed, and the performance of them as well. Okay, he uses some of the stuff I taught him about storytelling, his face this way when he does his brother, et cetera. It's like, shut the door, get inside. I mean, he uses, he also, anyway, there's a lot of other things that I taught him that he uses as well. Also that in fact, he works in picture, even though he writes his jokes, I know he's working in picture, sounds, and feelings. He's not memorized the works, so they're memorized the words so that they're in self-talk. That's a whole nother realm of stuff that we cover in the level 1 beginner class, is just understanding a certain kind of memorization of material gets in the way. And he got that because I watch his body move. And I opened up the door and I see my brother, and he said, do you follow? He's seeing the picture, and then that's prompting him to say the words he needs to say. Mm-hmm. All right. He's not memorizing the words so that the only way to get them out is to look down and talk to yourself. If you're talking your jokes to yourself, that's not normal. The way you've been funny your whole life is a real event happened to you and you remember it in picture, sounds, and feelings because that's how the human mind works. You see those pictures again and you use body language, vocal tone, and words to tell the story, and then you find the jokes along the way and keep repeating the story to your friends and stuff, like if you broke your arm or had a bad ski trip or something like that. That's the way you've been funny your whole life. You haven't written a script and sit around and memorize the words exactly so I could remember what to say. That's not the way you've been funny your whole life. So we've got a conundrum that the rehearsal process has to solve, which is how do you get those words and how do you get it into picture, sounds, and feelings? That's my rehearsal process, is that process. And the students of mine who embrace it, they just, it's like take over all of, Southern California, they're all over the place and they perform all the time. Yeah. So what did I give Anthony? I gave Anthony Jeselnik, which is a joke structure, a little bit of the stuff for storytelling, and the way of going about memorizing it so that you're dealing with normal memory of picture, sounds, and feelings rather than internal dialogue, memorized words. And it's had a huge effect on his career, along with his massive talent.
All right. Very good. Greg's got a host of celebrities he's worked with. We talked about Jeselnik a couple times. He's taught Sherry Shepherd, he's taught Lonnie Love, Retha Jones. If you look on the website, stand-upcomedy.com, you can see a list of celebrities he's worked with. Even Gayla Johnson.
Yeah, recently I went and saw Ford versus Ferrari, and the third lead was a longtime student. It's weird sitting there, with your friends going, "Oh, yeah, it's my student." You're like, "What?" Watching a big feature film with Matt Damon and this guy's the third lead in it. So I went home, called him up. He always calls me back or answers the phone right away. And he told me stories about shooting the whole thing, and they had more scenes and that they got cut out and stuff. But it's real. A guy named Sean Kerrigan.